Welcome back, Guardians. My name is TC Spectre, and today we're gonna do another weapon guide, this time on the IKELOS SMG V1.0.2. So before we start, I would like to remind you that subscribing to the channel gets you notifications on when new weapon guides or any other Destiny related content will go live. And with that being said, let us take a deep dive look into the IKELOS SMG V1.0.2. So the IKELOS SMG is back, this time with a set of new random perks and an aggressive frame, making it one of the most farmed guns within this season. But what differs this SMG compared to others? Well, outside of the set of perks, which by the way are superb for an SMG, and the sound, which is also amazing. I mean, here, have a listen.
Nice.
This specific gun can also create Warmind cells, which, thanks to different seasons of the Worry mod, can generate boosts to your character's arsenal. The IKELOS SMG also has a fire rate of 750 rounds per minute with 30 rounds in the magazine without any perks taken into account. As for the stats of the gun, it comes with the following. Impact is on the lower end, clocking in at a 22. The range, however, is pretty solid for an SMG, landing on a 52. Stability is at a 39, which might seem low, but for an SMG that is very high, making it one of the most stable submachine guns in the game. Handling is at 73, making the draw, ADS and stow speed very fast. Finally, the reload speed is on the slower side, landing on 32. Without perks taken into account, this gun already shows a great deal of potential, having what can only be described as the god of all SMGs in stability, and the draw speed of your favorite spaghetti western sheriff. The reload on the other hand is unfortunately on the slower side. However, with certain perks selected, this shouldn't affect the gun that much. So what are the perks that can roll? Well, there's always going to be a huge amount of barrels, some better, some worse. We'll get into it. Same goes for the second tier, while the third tier can roll threat detector, subsistence, grave robber, dynamic sway reduction, or pulse monitor. As for the fourth and final tier, the weapon offers a selection of warpable weapons, demolitionist, disruption break, surrounded, or tap the trigger. So with these perks in mind, here's what I would consider the PvE and the PvP god rolls. So let's start with perk choices. For the barrel or tier 1 perk, I would argue that corkscrew rifling is the best choice here, since it gives you a total of 15 extra stat points to the weapon. These being +5 to range, stability, and handling. Polygonal rifling could also be used, but would only grant you 10 extra stat points, and only in stability. Finally, small bore could also be used considering it gives you 14 plus stats, close to the corkscrew rifling, but with the stats divided equally only between range and stability. That is, for those who can't do the math, 7 points in each stat. For the second tier, I would highly recommend Tactical Mag. Tactical Mag will give you +5 in stability, +10 in reload speed, and +10 in magazine, meaning that you'll get an additional bullet in each magazine. Another perk that might be good in PvE would be Flared Magwell, since that also increases the reload speed, but this time with +15, while also giving you +5 in stability. As for the third perk, I see a lot of people like using subsistence, but for me I didn't really feel it working out that well. Threat detector felt way more consistent for me, also considering it's an SMG, meaning you will be close up into the fight. It will probably be procced a lot, meaning that you will get a lot of value for threat detector. And finally, for the final perk, you could go for warpable weapons and do more damage against bosses. I would argue that for bosses you would use more heavy hitting guns like your heavy or your exotic primary or whatever weapon you're using to deal DPS, and this gun is more focused on dealing with ads. I would highly recommend Demolitionist. Demolitionist will make it so you get your grenades faster, and now with Oppressive Darkness being a thing again, Demolitionist is really good. You could also use Surrounded, since this will synergize really well with Threat Detector, but my personal choice will be Demolitionist, just because the grenade cooldown is too good to pass out on. When it comes to the PvP side of this gun, I would like to argue that range for an SMG is really good. This being because range doesn't only buff the distance the weapons does full damage, it also helps you with aim assist, which means that you'll be able to track your enemies better when aiming down your sights. And considering this, I would argue that Hammerfort rifling is the best barrel for PvP, and then for tier 2 you would go with Seraph rounds. Seraph rounds because they actually have a hidden buff to range, meaning that when you have Seraph rounds equipped, your weapon deals full damage at an additional 2 meters. For the third perk, I would definitely go with Dynamic Sway Reduction since it improves your accuracy and stability while continuously firing. Finally, I would either go for Warple weapons because you do more damage to Guardians in supers, or you could go for Tap the Trigger, getting more stability and accuracy on the initial trigger pull, which will synergize really nicely with Dynamic Sway Reduction. And that brings me to this question. What do you feel about this weapon? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you use it a lot? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did like the video, then by all means, hit that like button, hit that little bell and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me and is greatly appreciated. Apart from that, I want to thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope it helped you, but unfortunately, this is where it ends. The next video is going to be about the IKELOS sniper, so stay tuned for that. But until then, this is TC Spectre signing off.